Welcome, guys. I'm here with Sam, and he's actually one of my private coaching clients, and we started working together mid-November. And Sam is a really great case study because he actually made only $500 in November when we started working together. But then in December, he started to have some, $1,000 days, and he made 11,000 in December using Facebook ads. And now in January, he's also made, I think, around 7,000 or something like that, a bit more. So in total, since we started working, he has made, how much was it? Like,
18.5K.
yeah, $18,500 or, euros. I don't know what the exact currency was. But I mean, that's a great, great case study. And it's all purely with Facebook ads. And I'm going to pick Sam's brain today. So, Sam, thank you so much for being here. And it's great to have you.
My pleasure. Welcome.
Cool. So, I mean, let's start a bit about your backstory because, I mean, when we started working together, you were kind of, transitioning, you were leaving your job. I think you were doing some military at the time, and you were looking for some way to make some money online, right? So,
Yes.
I mean, let's talk a bit about the situation before we started working together. Like, what was going on there? Because just even the way you look right now is different from when we started working. You were like in a situation it seemed where you had like more stress and you had some financial troubles back then. And in within 2 months you were actually able to turn that around and start making probably more money than you made in your job. I mean, how much did you make in your job?
In I was in the military, and before the military, I made like 4.5K, 4,500 francs as a watchmaker. I repaired watches and sell them. So now I'm making more money than that. But if you like what you do, but you have to hustle a lot to reach numbers like I have now.
Yeah,
It was like 15-hour days
yeah,
researching and we're watching videos how to set ads and now you it's like a journey. You have always to learn more. The
yeah,
technology doesn't stop,
yeah.
so you're always on the run.
And you have to hustle. That's something that, people always ask me, like, if I sign up for your program, what are the results I can expect? Actually, I remember you asked me when you signed up for the coaching, you asked me, can you guarantee I'll get results? And I remember I told you I can't guarantee that because people ask me that a lot. And I always think there's so many factors involved in success. Like, you said you worked 15 hours a day, you studied, you hustled, you had nights where you worked and researched products, you tested, you were super eager. That's why you succeeded. I mean, I provided the information, but
Yeah.
someone else who got the same information might actually not get the results that you got. So I think it's super important also to highlight that you were super determined, and anyone who's determined with the right information and with the right persistence can get the same results that you're getting. But it doesn't just happen just based on the information. You actually have to
No.
take the information and then
Take
take
action.
massive action, which is what you
Yeah.
did. So yeah, I mean, that's awesome. You made four and a half thousand in your old job, and then you jumped to having like a $11,000 month, and now a $7,000 month or something. So I mean, that is great, and you did that in 2 months. So let's talk a bit about um, how, I mean, you got started and you tested a few different products, right? And you had some mild success with those products. So in November, when we started, you were starting to test the Facebook ad strategy, which I showed you, and you started to get some sales pretty quick in the first week. But it wasn't like, I mean, it took you some different products and niches to test before you really hit gold. So maybe we can talk a bit about, the process of testing, how you started with a few products and then had to go along and test more products. Kind of what was the process that you used to test different products until you hit that winning product and you hit gold?
You have to test. First, I started with one niche, and the super important is if you have something that is like for a client is like $8, you have to sell 100 pieces to get $800. So to change this, you have to sell products that are more expensive and find a supplier that is like a good supplier. He has a lot of feedback. So first of all, you have to get the product. You always told me sell the right thing to the right audience. You
Yeah.
know, that was always the thing. And if you get the hot product, no one is how you say, no one is doing ads for the product and promoting this product, and you're the first or the second one. So you have tested this, and I tested like 20 or 30 items, and at the end you find one winner.
Right.
It's not a guarantee. Like I asked you when I started, I tested a lot, and at the end I found one winner. And now this winner is like my side project. I'm always searching for new products. If
Yeah.
this winner goes down, what do you do then? You don't have an income, you know?
Right. Yeah.
Yes, this if this winner goes down, you're always searching new products. You get an income from that, you're gonna search other things. So it's always you're always researching. Now at the moment, it's winter in Switzerland, but if you don't if you don't sell in Switzerland things, so you sell to America maybe or Australia. There is no winter. You can do
Yeah.
seasonal things. You always have to think to the future. What's gonna come? Is there any sport events or something like that? You're always thinking to the future.
Yeah.
Not you don't have to stay at this time.
Yeah. That makes sense. Yeah, it's not a hit and forget, or rather a set and forget strategy where you set up one winning campaign and then it's like you just chill. Like, yeah, you can chill, but then after a few months you're going to be out of business. So as an entrepreneur, you always have to be on like on the edge, kind of looking how am I going to make my money in 2 months, in 3 months, and always be researching and never just uh, always be in motion. But so one unique thing about you is that you started out with free plus shipping. Like there's these two models, right? There's free plus shipping and there's like selling higher ticket items and maybe giving a discount. And you started with free plus shipping, and some people get great results with that, and you got some mild results with that in November. And then what is unique about you is you switched your strategy from free plus shipping and selling cheap items to selling expensive items. So let's talk about that transition and how, I mean, what did it take for you to go from making 500 in November to making 11,000 in December? Like, how big was the price increase? You went from selling like free plus shipping items for like $10. I mean, the item was free. $10 was like shipping and handling, something like that. And then you made a huge jump in the strategy and pricing. So let's talk a bit about that. What's the price that you sold at later on?
What do you mean, the price of my product?
Yeah, the price that you sold it for on Shopify and the price of the product on AliExpress. Like what was the, yeah.
Yeah, I had always like 50% margins. When it was 12 for me, it was 25 for the client. When it was 20 for me, included the shipping, then it was 40 for the client, and
Yeah.
so on. And I had tested it, and I saw you're not the only one that I talked to. If you're in the marketing thing, um, you write to other people.
Yeah,
Did you
of
see
course.
this? They're also testing the whole time,
Yeah, sure.
and the margins for me were really good. But I mentioned that when you do free plus shipping, you have a lot more work.
You need more
So
volume, right? You need to sell more of the same item. it can still work. Like I have a case study of a guy who did free plus shipping, and he made $25,000 in a weekend, but he sold 1,400 items in a day or something. So that's
Wow.
the volume is huge, and the beauty of your model is that you can sell more expensive items. And I think you switched to, like, you were selling some tech item. You don't have to reveal the niche, the exact niche or the item, of course, but it was like more a technology consumer item that you could sell at a higher price. So you sold it for how much on your store?
I never had technology items,
You didn't?
but
Okay, then I maybe got
no,
it wrong.
no. Um, but I sold my items. I had four categories. Is one item
Yeah.
and four categories, and it was like $25 or $40. The small things and the big things were like 95 and $130
Okay, so 130 was the highest.
price.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah. And so you tested different products. You said you tested 30 different products. So this is something I also want to highlight. So a lot of people, they test one product. Like this is I see this happening so many times. People test one product, maybe a second one, and then they tell me
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
not working, and then they give up. And I'm like, look, you gotta do more if you want to become successful. Like you tested 30 products in 2 months, and you were really fast. You focused on all the things I talk about, like speed of implementation. You took action right away. You minimized the time between taking action when something didn't work. You researched the next thing and tested that right away, or maybe even simultaneously. You didn't like wait for weeks between testing or months. And you also stayed flexible, which is also something I teach. You changed the strategy. You saw I tried something, it didn't work that well, and then you changed the strategy. You sold higher priced items. And so is that still the item? I mean, you mentioned to me that, I mean, your market was Germany, right? That's something we can
Yeah.
say, right? So Sam was starting in Germany, selling to people in Germany, and he became successful pretty fast doing that. And now something you're doing is you're actually scaling up by targeting different countries, right? So you mentioned to me before we got on the call that you're now targeting the US, Australia, but also France and
Yeah.
places like that. So you're taking now the same product. Is that correct? The same product, and you're now
Even the
targeting
same audience.
in the same audience, but in different countries,
Yes,
right?
because they like the same things. If you have this niche,
Yeah,
it's generally. But for France, I took something different because France has other fans of that, you know.
yeah,
Then just like one audience plus. But the other countries are all the same. Sometimes you don't have to do a lot.
yeah.
You
Once you have a winning product,
you can go broad.
yeah, that's something I actually I used to call it dropship franchising. It's like when you have it's like what Starbucks does and all these other places. Like if you have one successful shop, you can just replicate the same shop, the same model, the same product in tons of countries, right? That's kind of what Starbucks and McDonald's are doing. And you can basically do the same with dropshipping, and it's actually super easy. All you have to do is either set up a new Shopify store for every country, or you could have an international store. But how did you do it? You're setting up a separate store for every country.
No.
Okay, you have one store,
Yeah.
and you're using. How are you going about that?
I have one store, but for Germany, when I made the ad in Facebook, the Facebook ad, I wrote it in German, and the product page was also in German.
Yeah,
But for France, Australia, United States, and UK, I made an English ad, and my whole store is in English.
gotcha. Okay.
Just, just the German ad and the German product page, which leads to the German product page, is on German.
Yeah,
But the whole thing, because I can speak German and English, I thought if the customers write emails or something like that, I can write them in German. it's more familiar for them.
Yeah,
If you write them back, if you answer them. But the whole story is in English,
that's great. Yeah,
and French people understand English,
yeah.
so
I
you
mean,
then yeah.
you probably get more sales if you would actually create a separate store for every country and actually have the local language, but it's also a lot more work. So I'm guessing you will lose out a
Yes.
few sales, but it's still you're still getting enough sales that it's profitable, and you're still reaching enough French people who speak English that it actually works. So that's actually awesome. Yeah, you're scaling up by going abroad, but using one store, which is which proves that it can work actually. Even if you don't get it perfect, you can actually have a store in English and target European countries where English is not the main language, and you can still pull it off. Although it might not be like ideal, but it can still work. So uh, yeah, that's awesome. So and the Facebook ad strategy you're targeting, I mean, basically when we talked, I showed you the process, which is basically what I teach, most of my coaching clients and in my programs, where basically you target specific interests, right? You use the audience insights tool and you target specific interests and you split one interest per ad set to see which one is working. Are you still using that, or how are you running your Facebook ads right now?
With the time you learn more. Um, and I'm still using audience insight for the highest affinity score. If you have one niche, you're searching for that. If is there a fan club for that niche? You don't. If you sell, let's say, motorcycle things, you don't go for Harley Davidson because this is too broad.
Yeah.
You searching for small things that they like that. You, the best thing is to have a high affinity score, so the people are really really interested in.
Yeah,
So I take
relevance.
yes, so I take this audience and go to Power Editor and see which country is which in which country I can make this, and I don't go over 1 million audience. It's like from 200,000 until 1 million. 1 million is the maximum that I go.
Yeah,
So, but at the moment I'm doing dynamic product ads.
yeah,
So I think retargeting is the thing. If you spend money to get people to your page, like traffic, and you're losing money, you on the table if you don't do retargeting. Or
yeah,
sometimes I go to the abandoned carts, like 10 abandoned carts, and write them email. What was the problem?
yeah. That is super important. I mean, regarding retargeting, there's different opinions. Like I have one case study from a guy who made like $300,000 in 10 months, and he always used to be like, retargeting, man. Like I don't do any retargeting at all. So how did the way you run your ads change? So you started off by targeting one interest per ad set, right? And then and then I mean, if you would have to start, let's say a newbie is watching this, someone who's never run ads, and you would have to replicate your success. You would have to run ads from scratch. How would you start your ads? Do you run PPE ads or website conversion ads? How much do you spend per ad set? Like, what's the exact ad process that you're using right now?
What I'm using is in the first time is PPE ad. So people say like do $5. I'm
Yeah,
go I'm going to $10 to maximize the social proof. You have like in one day you have 1K likes, 100 shares, and and after a few sales of the PPE, I go to website conversions,
yeah,
like $10 or $20, and like website conversion for add to cart. I make 3 website conversion ads for purchases, add to cart, and
view
there's
content,
also
or which one?
yes.
Okay, so add to carts, purchases, and view content, or those are the
Yes,
three.
but
Okay.
at that moment I killed my view content because there is no results. So
Yeah.
I just let them run when you get sales. You don't have to lose your money. And there's like a rule. If you're doing this, you can set your own rules. Like if you don't have sales for 2 or 3 days of this ad, kill it. You're gonna
Yeah.
lose money for nothing. So
Right.
then, if I have the winning ad, I'm gonna scale up to website conversions, purchases like $40.
Yeah.
Then even more people can see your ads, and the pixel is gonna grow, and Facebook is gonna optimizing for people who's gonna purchase your items. That's what you want.
Yeah.
You don't want like people just watch and add to cart. You want that they purchase your items so you can get your money.
Yeah.
So
But the targeting with the website conversion ads, you have the same targeting settings that you have for the PPE ads. So you still target like you said, these specific fan clubs, fan bases that are related to your interest. You keep targeting those, but you switch once your PPE ad builds social proof and has a few hundred or thousand likes and comments and shares, you then target the same interests, the same pages, but you switch to website conversion ads, and then you test three different ads, add to carts, purchases, and view content, and you jump right to a relatively high budget, like you said, between $10 and $20. Is that a good
yes,
conclusion of what we said so far?
that's why you get results if you uh, Facebook is like a machinery. You give them something, they give you something back.
Yeah,
But sometimes I change the targeting. Um, I don't let them. I have like combined targeting and one interest targeting. If you have something like people who are known people like celebrities,
yeah,
you can go for celebrities. The characters or clubs, everything that works for you. If you think this is gonna work, try it, test it. If it don't work, then kill it. Try another thing.
yeah. It's all a
Like,
test.
try.
It's all
Yes,
it's all a
the life
test.
is the test.
Yeah, everything's a test, and the faster and the more efficiently you test, the better. Um, so then you basically you test these different website conversion ads, and you what are the metrics that you track? Like you track cost per purchase, I mean purchases and things like that. What are the main metrics you look at in your ad manager when you run your ads?
I have like I've saved my how you say I saved everything that I want to see on the first page. It's like cost per purchase for me.
Yeah,
To see the left side, how much did I spend, the budget, and how much did I get.
yeah,
And if this is on the under the zero, so for me, if it's like minus 20, for me, I'm gonna kill it.
of course, yeah,
Everything that makes profit is good. So you can see, I have if I want to tell you what I have really on, I have to see on my
sure,
business manager. I can tell you what's there. Just a second.
yeah, no
Then,
problem.
so the columns, yes, that was the word that I searched for. So I have like here the cost,
The total cost of the campaign,
yes,
right?
the amount spent, my cost per purchase in Facebook pixel.
Which is the most important metric in my opinion, because it's the
Yes,
only thing that indicates really are you profitable or not in the at the end of the day.
yes. If you have, I have now like today 64 euros spent and purchases like 400. Then it's profitable.
Yeah, of course, it's a no-brainer, and then you try and scale up that ad set, of course.
Yes, you have this on the left side, and that direct, and you can see, okay, this is working. And then I have the purchase Facebook pixel,
Yeah.
the link clicks, view content, and then the add to cart and the add to cart conversion value, where you see how much would I made if all of them add to carts would be purchases.
Yeah.
And this
Which
is
is
really,
which can be a bit of a it can be a bit of a
yes.
depressing metric, but I think that's what motivated you to do the retargeting, right? So
Yes, you
so
see.
yeah, how do you? I mean, we didn't talk about the retargeting. So you set up separate ads for the retargeting. So you set up the PPE ad and then the conversion ads, and that's how you drive traffic to your product page. And then you set up dynamic retargeting ads
Oh
additionally
yeah.
to that, right? That's your strategy.
DP is on the when I started, it's like 1 week ago. I read 4 hours. How does this work? I didn't know. Someone told me do DPA.
Yeah.
What's DPA? And then I watched on Shopify itself. They have like a description what's DPA, and then I watched a video. After the video, I asked some people, how's this working, and if you're not from if you I'm not a marketer at all. I started 3 months ago, and now I'm doing DPE ads. You know,
Yeah, which
it's
is
funny.
awesome. And do you use a Shopify app for the dynamic retargeting, or how do you go about that?
Yes, you have to do like a list and like a feed. It's like a feed there. I can tell you the name of the app
Yeah.
because I started last week and I let it run. I didn't do anything since then. I have to do start another thing because now is Chinese New Year,
Yeah.
and I stopped a little to start ad, but for I'm looking for new products at the moment.
Yeah.
So what was my yeah, it's here. You can go to Shopify apps and then it's called Facebook product feed. It's called
Right.
Flexify.
Right. And
Yes,
that's a retargeting app for Shopify that it
yes,
integrates with Facebook, right? So you hook up your Facebook account to the Shopify app, and then within Shopify you use the app to select which products you want to be part of the retargeting, and then
yeah.
the app creates the dynamic retargeting ads basically automatically for you on
But
on Facebook.
you have to if you're setting a product on your Shopify store, you have to set it up really good because it's like the type. If you type in this is like for home decor,
Yeah.
then you have all the home decors there, and if you export this feed file to the business manager, then he's searching for home decor, and people who watched your ad before and added to the cart, they're gonna see it again. But you can then make your ad bigger, with the carousel. They see more than
Yeah.
one product. Maybe they didn't want this, but you can show them a bit more of what you have.
Right, yeah. So you have a carousel ad with multiple products from your store, and people who visit your store then kind of the carousel ad follows them on Facebook in sending you back to the products and to the store. But so I just want to make sure people don't get overwhelmed with too many strategies. So the bulk of your results didn't come from the retargeting, right? The first 11K that you made was from the conversion ads and not primarily from the retargeting. This is just something you're adding additionally to make even more money. Is that correct?
Yes, retargeting. I am doing this because I gave Facebook money to get traffic, and retargeting is for the people who didn't buy from this traffic,
Right,
and
yeah.
they saw it but they didn't buy. So maybe they're thinking twice if they see the ad again. So why not?
Yeah. It's something you do additionally, but it's not necessarily to have a profitable store, but it makes sense if you have a high volume store and you get a lot of traffic and sales. It makes sense to use retargeting in some cases because The retargeting sales are very cheap usually. The cost per purchase for retargeting ads is usually much lower than for cold traffic. And it's not actually cold traffic because people are warmed up. They've already visited your store, they've seen your products. So these are low-hanging fruits that you can get from the retargeting. And yeah, in some cases for big product launches and high volume stores, it makes total sense to use that. And it's super easy now as well because of there's apps on Shopify with that allow you to set up the retargeting ads without you even having to manually fiddle around with the Facebook, with Facebook ads too much. So that is awesome.
What,
So
what, what I want to say on retargeting also is you have free retargeting with your abandoned carts.
yeah,
Always, any day if I do fulfill my orders, I go to abandoned cart and send the recovery email, and sometimes you get sales from that.
yeah.
You
You can
you have
also
just
automate that, by the way.
what?
You can also automate that. There's like apps for
I
Shopify,
have them.
but you do it
I
manually.
have them. I have an app. Yes, I have no. How you say it? The chill. What's the name of that abandoned protector? Is it? It
Oh,
is.
there's many.
Yes, I have the abandoned protector, and even um, 2 hours after the abandoned cart, I'm gonna click on the send recovery email, and then after this, my abandoned protector comes in. If they didn't visit
Okay.
my page, they after 6 hours, 12 hours, and 16 hours, they not 1 day or 2 days, and these hours they remember your page.
Yeah.
So
So you use it twice, basically. You send a manual email and you use the automated emails
they
to,
shouldn't forget me.
right?
I made the template. You have to personalize your template or the email template. Sometimes, if when it was New Year, I made a coupon like New Year 2K17.
Yeah.
That's the coupon code. Test it, get it 50% off, and 10 people buy something because of this coupon code.
Yeah. Cool. So one thing we didn't talk about so much is the actual ad copy. Like how do you when you set up the ad, we talked about the objective, we talked about the targeting, but the actual ad creative. So when you set up the ads, not the retargeting, but the original ads, do you use carousel ads or do you have just an ad with one picture? And what's the type of text you use? What's the type of copy? If you could give an example, like without mentioning a product, like how does your copy start? Do you keep it short and sweet? Do you have multiple images of the product in a carousel ad? How do you go about that?
Until now, I'm still with your what you told me. It's one picture,
Yeah,
excluded the DPA ad, but it's one picture, and I say like on every ad, attention, blah blah blah, fans, 50% off on this item, limited. This is a limited
yeah.
item, and
What,
tag.
yeah, kind of what we looked at when we were doing the coaching. So you always give them a big discount when you run the ads, right? 50% or something like that. And you add some urgency. I mean, you make a great offer. That's something a lot of people don't get. You have to make a great offer with your ads, otherwise nothing's gonna work.
But I think I'm taking now pictures. You have to stand up from other marketers to make your own pictures.
Yeah,
No one has this. If no one has the same thing, you stand off.
right.
Get a designer for $5. He's gonna do it. If you can't do Photoshop, there are other people that they can do Photoshop for you. Give
Right.
them money and stand off from others.
So you take the AliExpress. So basically, you create a link. I mean, you create a post on your Facebook wall, and you have a link.
Dark
A
posts.
dark post, okay. So you create a dark post, you have a link post basically with the image and then like a headline. What does the headline, what's an example, or what do you write in the headline, in the title of the link?
I say, attention, blah 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 fans, get this item for 50% off. tag, share, a friend, a fan of this, and then is the get yours here and the Google shortener link, and if they click there, they come directly to the offer
Okay,
to the
okay. But but that's what you write at the top of the post, right? But
yes.
so do you use just an image? Like do you post like a short paragraph with a link to the Google shortened link and then a picture, or is the if people click on the picture, does it also take them to the website, or is it just a picture, or is it like a link? You know what I mean?
I have the link and the picture. If you click on the picture, you go to the product page, and if
Okay.
you click the link, you also get to the product page.
Okay, so I was just confused because so at the very top of the ad, you write attention, attention whatever fans, and then get this product for 50% off for a short time
Ex-
only, and that's something you write at the top of the post.
Yes.
Now, what do you write, for example, in the link headline? Because the link itself also has like a description and a text.
Get yours. Get yours here.
Okay.
You mean that before the
No,
link comes?
no, I mean if you have a link that's clickable, like
Yes.
with an image,
Yeah.
then it's like then you have like a headline and you have a description, right? If someone shares a blog post on Facebook, then there's always a title and a description. And if you copy a link and create a dark post or a promoted post, Facebook will pull a title and description that you can then edit. So my question was, are you using these types of link posts in your dark post, or is it just an image, just a picture?
I upload my picture.
Okay,
So if I take the link, then everything, my text from my product page appears.
right,
So
gotcha.
if I don't take this link, I just upload my picture that I created, or yes, I upload the picture, and then I put in the text I directly from in the edit ad section,
Yeah,
and you meant if I put the link here, then the text of the shop appears. Is this
yeah,
what?
yeah. So what do you
Yes.
write there? I understand what you write at the top with the
Yeah,
attention.
but nothing is down on the below. Nothing is on the down the picture. I just watched. I just watching for the ad because you told me no, nothing is under the picture. Everything is above.
But the pic under the picture there is no title,
Nothing.
so it's just a picture.
Yes.
Okay, okay. You'll have to show me in private or send me like because I'm confused if like because there's different ways to run the ads. There's like regular posts. There's dark posts. You can post just an image. You can post a link.
Yes.
There's so
On
many
my
different formats.
on my thing is I created an ad, a dark post ad, so it's not on my fan page.
Yeah.
And then I uploaded a picture. I put the text, attention, blah blah blah. This is the Google link, and under the Google link, it's written extreme limited thing, and then share, tag a friend, and this is it. Just a picture under this text, and there's nothing under the picture that we did when I started with you.
Yeah.
There
Okay.
was to how you said
A headline.
what's the extras what you can give to the clients there,
Yeah, like the
but the
benefits.
picture is nothing.
Okay.
it's it's like nothing.
Okay. Okay. So basically, but if people click on the picture, they're taken to the product page, not to. They don't stay on Facebook. So it is a link. It is like a linkable picture.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's weird. Maybe I need to see it to see what you mean. But anyway, so yeah, I mean, it's pretty much like what we started off like in terms of the offer, how it's framed. You give a 50% discount. You give a you add scarcity and urgency. You send people to the product page, and some people like to use carousel ads. Some people like to use one image alone. So I mean that's kind of like a detail that you have to test. Like we said, everything's a test. People watching this should actually test some different ad creatives, ad formats, things like that. Um,
Yes.
Yeah, I think that concludes pretty well, like, what you do. So I think we can wrap up the interview. Just what's like one last thing you would tell someone? I mean, two tips. One tip for someone who's starting out and has never dropshipped before, and one
Hmm.
tip for someone who has tried to dropship but hasn't made any sales and is really frustrated and hasn't been successful and is close to giving up. Two tips for those two types of people.
So the first tip is for newbies.
Yeah.
Um,
Complete newbies who've never even started. What would you tell
it's
them?
like I'm giving myself from my November me the tip.
Yeah.
um, I would say start and try and fail and start and try and fail. But you are everything. You're the customer service. You're the marketer. You are the brain. You are everything.
Yeah.
And but you have to notice that it's not nothing is easy on this. People say, this guy crushed 100K this month, but how did he do it? You
What's
know,
the secret, right? What's the
Yeah,
secret?
he worked really hard for that. You
Yeah.
get emails from customers, you get this. My credit card was over the limit on December when I had crushed the 10Ks because you also have to buy the things.
Yeah.
For you get orders, you have to buy the things for your clients. So I went to the bank. So you have always this problems that appears, but if you're good enough in this business, you can always get a solution for that. So I make a prepaid card for credit cards. Even always when I get some notifications, the credit is over, I gonna uh, put some money on this prepaid cards.
Yeah.
So for the newbie, try, fail. Once you get success, scale up. Never look back. If you look back, you're gonna lose. I also look back and say, my parents say, get a good job. I don't want to be employed.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want free. Last week I took my laptop. I went to my friends to Düsseldorf in
Yeah.
Germany and then to Frankfurt. I was 1 week, and every night I was working. There was asleep, and I was working. Stood up, had a nice week. But you're always working, even if you're free.
Yeah.
You don't mention that. And for the one that is trying to dropship and failed, you have to try like the other newbie.
Test more
If
products, or what would you tell them?
yes, if you have something, some people are passionate about. The people who are passionate about it, they're gonna buy it. If not, you have the wrong targeting.
Yeah.
It's that easy.
Yeah. It's
But
like it all comes down to selling a hot item to a hungry crowd. That's like the fundamentals of all business and of all dropshipping.
and like I said, I was like sometimes I was staying 15, 60, 16 hours working, but
Yeah.
it wasn't work for me. I was looking at the time. Oh, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Oh, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. Shit, what happened?
Yeah.
You don't know if you're working or not. It's like doing a free time job, but you get money from it.
Yeah.
But don't look at it like this. You have customers. Customers want customer service. Customer want their items.
Of
And
course.
even now, if it's Chinese New Year, if you're dropshipping from China, you have to look what I'm gonna write them for the delay. Or
Yeah.
I'm gonna stop my ads? No.
Yeah, you
You
always have to be creative. Everyone's like, "Oh, I'm going to stop my ads." And I always tell them, just find a creative solution for the problem. You can always find a reason for a delay. You can always make it work.
Yes, you're your boss.
Right.
If you want to do this, then you have to be your boss. You have to give yourself the direction where it goes.
Yeah.
So you're the problem solver of if you get problems, you have to solve them. No one's gonna help you.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, man. Yeah. So I think we can conclude with that. Really, really insightful, I think, for everyone watching this. Great, great transformation. I mean, you went from making 500 in November, being pretty broke when we first met you, making having your first 11K month the following month after starting your business and after like we started working together. And of course, what is really important is you put in all this work, all this effort, all this dedication. You never gave up. You stayed flexible. You adapted when something didn't work. You kept learning on your own, and you just made it work. And that's what made you successful. And I hope everyone can take this from this interview, that anyone can become successful, but
Uh-huh.
only if you are willing to put in the work and hustle and learn and not give up.
At the end, no one sees your work. No one. They
Yeah,
just see your numbers.
yeah. And you have
It's
to,
sad that they don't see what you did for that, you know.
yeah, you have to work in silence when no one's watching. And that's what's hard for a lot of people. But yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, Sam, thank you so much for the interview and
You're
for being
welcome.
here. It was really insightful, and all the best for your business and
You,
for what you're doing in the future.
thank you. You helped me a lot for the start, and I'm so thankful that I started with you, and the journey is going over. I hope for 10, 20 years
Of course.
in the future.
Thanks a
Yeah.
lot. That's awesome to hear.